Hello, my peers. This is Fossil. Showing from here at American Fear Parents. I didn't love you. Now, you guys seem to like the last Wayne investigation video that we did. That's probably because I'm a shitty detective. So I brought in some help. Here's Broadway. He's gonna make sure that we actually do this right. All right. Echo. Let's play the Wayne investigation.
This skill is not enabled. To enable it, say enable the Wayne investigation skill.
Alexa. Or Echo. Echo! Enable the Wayne investigation.
The Wayne investigation may contain content not suitable for all ages. I've enabled it. It may take a minute until you can begin using it. To start, just say, Alexa, open the Wayne investigation.
Alexa. Echo. Open the Wayne investigation.
You're bad at this.
Thanks for joining us on Gotham's WGTU News. Our top story, officials may have found new clues regarding last year's strange meteor crash in Kansas. We'll have a full report. Also tonight, with the robbery homicide of billionaire industrialist Thomas Wayne and his wife Martha remaining unsolved, police are now hunting for clues near the Aragon Theater.
In this mystery game, you are the one directing the action. You play a detective investigating the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents. During the game, you can say repeat options, go back, or skip.
I guess we're starting
For
over.
further assistance, say help.
That's okay.
When you're ready to begin, say begin.
Begin.
You arrive at the crime scene, a darkened street under an elevated railway. Stepping under the yellow police tape, you pick your way carefully across the wet, thrash-strewn asphalt. In the dim light, past the chalk outlines of the two bodies, you look down and see a torn movie ticket stub. To the right, you spot a broken string of pearls.
Yesterday we went with the
in that
gun,
shallow puddle.
I think.
Is that a spent bullet shell?
Which item would you like to pick up? You can say pearls, ticket, or shell.
Ticket.
You pick up the torn stub and walk the few blocks back to the movie theater, retracing in reverse the Wayne's final steps. You remember from the responding officer's notes that young Bruce was still pretty shaken up about the incident and isn't yet able to talk about it. You wonder if someone else may have seen the killer. Before long, you find yourself in front of the Aragon Theater. The block lettering on the marquee spells out tonight's movie. It's the same one the Waynes saw the night they were killed. The Mask of Zorro. If only some sort of masked avenger had been there to save them, you say to yourself ruefully. You walk into the theater lobby.
No.
What would you like to do? You can say, talk to ticket seller, or talk to usher.
Tickets don't know anything, right?
Are you sure? Because
Sorry,
they're out
I
front.
didn't catch that.
Okay,
You can say,
so
talk to
probably
ticket seller, or talk to usher.
Talk to the ticket seller.
You walk past a poster
Oh,
for
that was the right
Excalibur
one.
and other
Okay.
upcoming movies until you reach the ticket window. You flash your badge at the woman behind the ticket cage.
That's a very nice badge, detective. But it's still $7.50 for the ticket to the 3 o'clock showing.
You explain that you're not there to see the movie, but rather to ask some questions in relation to a murder investigation. Was she working the night the Waynes were killed? And if so, did she see anyone suspicious hanging around the theater?
Yeah, I was working concessions that night. I remember, because my husband always gets a little excited when I come home smelling like popcorn. Anyway, now that you mention it, there was a weird guy who stayed outside, kept looking in through the doorway. It wasn't the first time I'd seen him. Creepy looking, kinda shifty. Kept his hands in his coat pocket. My friend Mona, who
Smells like
takes
rotten
tickets at the
cabbage.
Opera House, she said she'd seen him there too.
What should we do now? You can say, show her mugshots, or visit opera.
Show her the mugshots, I think, because
I agree. That's what I would do.
Later that day, you bring the ticket seller back to police headquarters to look through the yellowing, dusty binders containing photos of known criminals. She begins leafing through the pages one by one.
This is the best it's gone.
No. No. Not him. No.
No.
Maybe. No.
Hey,
No. His ears are too big. Nope.
Fucking Dumbo over here.
Nuh-uh.
Nah.
Oh, this one looks familiar. Isn't that Mickey the Mink Sullivan? I saw his picture in the paper a few months ago. Anyway, it wasn't him. No. Nope. Mm-mm. Can I use the little girl's room?
3 binders and 4 bathroom breaks later, she still hasn't identified a match.
This was a good idea. I'm sure they'll promote you to sergeant now. Ha ha. Want to try the other option? Say, visit opera.
Visit opera.
The opera.
You drive across town to Gotham's ornate opera hall. Opera goers in gowns and tuxedos are already milling around the lobby before doors open for the evening performance of Strauss's Die Fledermaus.
Die Fledermaus.
You feel rather underdressed as you make your way to the box office. You approach the window and ask to speak with Mona.
You speaking with her. Who are you?
You flash your badge and tell her why you're there. Was her friend at the movie theater correct? Did Mona see the same creepy guy hanging around the opera house?
Yeah, I've seen him more than once. Mostly
Looks just
just
like me.
before the opera lets out. He
Don't
waits
let Batman
outside
hear.
and looks through the window every few minutes. I called security once, but he disappeared before they could find him. You want to stay and see if he shows up tonight?
You could stay here. But what if the guy decides to show up at the movie theater tonight instead?
Looks like you've got a decision to make. You can say, stay at opera, or return to movie theater.
I have no idea.
I'm sorry. You can say, stay at opera, or return to movie theater.
It's a 50-50 chance. I mean,
Return to the movie theater.
You head back to the theater just as it begins raining. It's a steady downpour as you park and search fruitlessly for an umbrella in the back seat. You get out and walk
Fruit.
toward the theater, stopping a few doors down to duck under a dive bar's leaky awning. Patrons saunter unsteadily out the door every 20 minutes or so as you shiver in the creeping darkness, keeping an eye on the front of the theater. After 3 hours and no sign of anyone unusual, you give up and head into the bar for a much-needed restorative.
Looks like you guessed wrong. Maybe it's time to switch careers? Ha ha. Try the other option. Say, stay at opera.
The one decision I make. Stay at opera.
You park yourself on a marble
Hey,
bench
hey,
in the lobby.
I made one that
A
was
small
wrong.
plaque
Fair
by
enough,
the
fair
wall
enough.
reads, "Donated by Roddy and Elizabeth Kane." You watch
He's
as
getting a
waves of
promotion. I should
elegantly
give up
dressed
and
couples
switch
parade
careers.
past you to their seats.
well, no, she was joking with me, so.
The doors close, and you begin to hear the orchestra's overture. Die Fledermaus.
Deflator mouth. That sounds like a
Barely
really,
remember
really
your
bad
high school
porno.
German
Yeah.
classes.
The deflated
Doesn't it
mouth.
mean the bat? You ponder this as you nod off to the sound of soaring arias and swelling strings. You awaken to Mona tapping you urgently on the shoulder.
Hey, detective, wake up. He's here.
You look over her shoulder to see a man in a black coat with a knit cap pulled low over his forehead. He's just outside the lobby, alternately looking at his watch and peering through the glass doors.
The choice is yours. You can say, watch and wait, or go talk to him.
Go talk to him.
You make for the door just as the man peers in again. Seeing you stride toward him, he backs off and starts walking quickly down a dark side
Of course
street
it's
around the
wrong.
corner from the opera house. You break into a trot as you try to follow him. You turn the corner, and suddenly he's nowhere in sight. You run halfway down the block and notice 2 alleyways, one on either side of the street.
How about this?
Which alley would you like to take? You can say, right, or left.
Right.
You turn right past a closed diner and just catch sight of him at the end of the alley as he turns left. Breathless, you keep after him as you reach the end of the alley yourself. He turns and sees you, then steps out into the gutter to run to another alleyway across the street. He dashes out into the street and... You run to the middle of the street and kneel down over him. He's dazed, but conscious.
My leg.
As you flip him over to cuff him, a handful of small round objects fall out of his coat pocket. Pearls. You quickly gather them up into an evidence bag, then turn the man over again. You find his wallet in an inside pocket. A driver's license reads, Joe Chill.
What would you like to do? You can say, arrest Joe, or get him to talk.
Get him to talk.
Yeah.
You grab him by the collar and demand to know who hired him to kill the Waynes. He tells you he doesn't know any Waynes, and he doesn't answer to anybody, especially not you. You tighten your grip on his collar and tell him you can strike a deal with the DA. He'll serve a reduced sentence if he cooperates with the investigation. If he doesn't, well, maybe he'll enjoy spending the rest of his life rotting away in a Gotham jail.
Yeah, I saw them leave the theater. Fancy coats, shiny jewelry. They looked and smelled like money, so I took the opportunity. The husband tried to be a hero and protect his wife. That's when I had to pop him. And her, well,
What?
Nobody likes to leave witnesses behind. As for the kid, I figured, what harm could he eventually do anyway?
So it was just a random Gotham street crime that ended in tragedy. You console yourself with the knowledge that another Gotham criminal is in custody, and hopefully it means some justice for the Wayne family, especially the young boy they left behind. But you can't help wondering, will it make any difference in this crime-ridden city? Who finally can make Gotham safe?
We did it!
Wow!
Nice job. I knew you would crack the case. If you haven't explored all 3 clues yet but want to do so, say return to crime scene. Otherwise, you can say exit game.
Exit game. Okay, guys, thanks
Thank
for
you for
watching.
playing the Wayne investigation.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye. She took the words straight out of my mouth. Like if you like, share with friends, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Good night and good love. Alright, that's it.
I wonder if I was even in the shot.
I hope so.